All right, let's change gears, shall we, and get into leadership lessons with General Ulysses S. Grant. That's right. We left off on lesson number 25, which was interviews reveal more than resumes. So let's pick back up on number 26, a bad reputation. Shortly before attempting to see General McClellan, Grant had written to the Adjutant General of the Army requesting that he be appointed to command a regiment. Having served for 15 years in the regular Army, including 4 years at West Point, and a feeling in the duty of everyone who has been educated at the government expense to offer their services for the support of the government, I have the honor, very respectfully, to tender my services until the close of the war, in such capacity as may be offered. I would say, in view of my present age and length of service, I feel myself competent to command a regiment. Grant never received a response to his letter. He was subsequently appointed colonel in command of the 21st Illinois Regiment, but the governor of Illinois, not the adjutant general. Perhaps his letter was simply misfiled, or some overworked clerk had a harried War Department. Or it could be that the story that circulated through the Army when Grant resigned, that he had been forced out of service because of his drinking, was not the real reason the letter was misfiled, and he did not receive a War Department appointment. So here's the lesson. A bad reputation is difficult, if not impossible, to shake. Let's see if I can get the accent dialed back in there. I know he wasn't Southern, but I like to throw a little Southern on it, you know what I'm saying? When promoted, number 27. Grant had felt some hesitation about being appointed a colonel. He was doubtful whether he would be equal to the position. I had been in the engagements in Mexico that it was possible for one person to be in, but not in command. If someone else had been colonel and I had been lieutenant colonel, I do not think I would have felt any trepidation. And the lesson. It is not at all uncommon to feel concerned or even frightened when given a promotion. This is especially true for persons going into a management position for the first time. But it also applies to experienced managers who are promoted to a higher level of responsibility. Remember, your boss is confident that you will do a good job. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the position you are. So just take a deep breath and press on. That's right. Still don't think I got the accent quite right. We'll just drop it and see if I land into it naturally there. Number 28. You have to earn your stripes. Well, not in my experience. Some people have been given that trash when they didn't really deserve it. Well, that's another story there. Upon assuming command of the 21st Illinois Infantry Regiment, Grant issued the following order, June 18, 1861. In accepting this command, your commander will require the cooperation of all the commissioned and non-commissioned officers and hopes to receive also the hearty support of every enlisted man. And here's the lesson. When taking on a new management assignment, you can and should insist on receiving the cooperation of managers who will be reporting to you, but you will have to earn the respect of the rank and file in order to gain their support. Yeah. Number 29. People need structure. Grant's regiment was made up of young men who had left their homes to go to war. They were a totally undisciplined bunch. Grant's predecessor, quote-unquote, had proven to be fully capable of developing all there was of his men's recklessness. It was said that he even went so far at times as to go with them to the village nearby, it's not put as one word, and made a night of it. All right. I found it very hard to work for a few days to bring all the men into anything like subordination. But the great majority favored discipline. Here's the lesson. No one likes to work in an environment where there are no rules and anything goes. Your people need and want structure, and they will respect you for providing it. Number 30. Turn mistakes into training opportunities. People's lives are at stake on a battlefield, and mistakes made there are far more costly than any made in an office. In his first week as regimental commander, some of Grant's men committed an offense so grave that the only punishment provided under military law then, in effect, was execution by a firing squad. It is with great regret that the commanding officer learns that a number of men composing the guard of last night deserted their posts. In time of war, the punishment of this is death. The colonel commanding, believing that the men of his command, now in confinement for this offense, were ignorant of the magnitude of this, is not disposed to visit them with all the rigor of the law, but would admonish them and the whole command against the reputation of the offense, as it will not be excused again. Here's the lesson. Whenever possible, treat errors and mistakes as opportunities for additional training rather than as offenses requiring punishment. All right. That's numbers 16 through 30, leadership lessons. Let's move on, shall we? Yeah.